Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Gashi's Kama TV, the Talisman Black Africa. 3 nominated CSs have appeared before the Parliamentary Vetting Committee led by the Speaker of the National Assembly, one Masika Wetangula, Papa Waroma. And I must say that the 3 leaves a lot to be desired. Let me start by asking you a question, ladies and gentlemen. If you are in the vetting committee, would you approve the 3 nominees? That is the nominee for health, that is Deborah Mulogo, Kithure Kindiki, and Alice Wahome. Would you approve them? And would you recommend them for appointment to the President of the Republic of Kenya? I was listening to the nominee for health, and I can tell you, the lady is clueless. And I can tell you, Susan Nakumicha looks for far much better. When I look at the nominee, I realized that she doesn't understand the ministry. She doesn't understand her job prescriptions. She doesn't understand what she's supposed to do in that ministry. Again, she lacks vision for the Ministry of Health. She seems not even to understand about the social health insurance scheme that is going to replace the National Insurance Fund. I have listened to her, and even the personality, actually, with all due respect, I wonder how she is going to deal with the cartels. The cartels in the, especially like now, those in the health ministry, the so-called mafia house, instead of Afia house. And I think Dr. Amoth could do a better job. The guy who was actually briefing the country about the COVID, is it Amoth? Was it Dr. Amoth? I think that guy can do a better job. He seems to understand the ministry much better. And this now brings the issue of mapendeleo, issue of bringing people who are not competent. Remember, this lady is not coming to serve just a few individuals. Her job or her ministry entails even signing international contracts with various bodies. And her work also involves dealing with complex issues in the ministry. It also involves emergence of various diseases, like now, the COVID. Would you compare even her with this guy who was telling us, if you continue behaving normally, and what? This is Mutahi Kagwe. Would you even compare this lady with Mutahi Kagwe? So it's a joke, by the way. If the vetting committee is going to approve or recommend this CS for health, we are doomed. The country is doomed. I'm also looking at the CS in charge of Homeland Security, that is Kithure Kindiki. And I see a man who will continue doing the same thing, expecting different results. Somebody said that a mad person is one who continue doing the same thing, the same way, expecting different results. And if Parliament is genuine enough, it should also reject Kithure Kindiki. Kithure Kindiki is one person who presided over abduction of Kenyans. Kithure Kindiki is one person who was there when the country was losing the grip of the security. Kithure Kindiki was the man in charge when the police were actually killing demonstrators wakati Raila alikuwa akiongoza maandamano. Kithure Kindiki is one person who doesn't have a clear vision I have seen a CS who is an escapist, somebody who is running away from the main issue. Everything is passing the blame to the IG. Ask him and he'll tell you that the police service is an independent body. Ask him and tell you he cannot resign because he's not the one who is in charge of operations. But he's very good at wearing the police uniform. It's very good at boarding choppers. That one can explain it very clearly. And if Kithure Kindiki is a man who we are going to see controlling or actually being in charge of the interior ministry, again, we are doomed. Kithure Kindiki is one person who does not spend a day in office. Kithure Kindiki, he behaves like a general. He's on the firing line. He doesn't, he doesn't understand. His is policy. He's in charge of policy. And the man in charge of policy, he need to sit down and see how the police are working. You need to sit down and see how the relationship between the police and IPOA, for instance, the way they are operating. He need to sit down and see that there is security, that there's so many gangs lording over various cities in our country, in various towns, including villages. He just needs to bring the person in charge of operations, because he behaves like he's the one who is in charge of operations. He's behaving like a policeman. So this is not the way to go. Again, we have listened to Alice Wahome, the former Kadara member of parliament, and I've seen somebody without a vision. I've seen somebody who does not carry the dreams of what this country would need. The land reforms. I've seen somebody who is not even ready to implement the Dongo Land report. I've seen somebody who is trying to escape also the question that she's being asked. And you see, Kithure Kindiki, if there are people who should be rejected, it is Kithure Kindiki and Alice Wahome, because these people had the chance. They had the chance to work for this country, and what they should be telling us is what they have done. They should be bringing the success stories of their ministries. They should be bringing the policy direction that they took or they started, they engineered, and the country was able to move forward. They cannot come here, we repeat the same thing. And this is a problem of having politicians as CSs. And again, when I look at Alice Wahome, you see, Alice Wahome is embroiled in land matters. You see somebody who takes sides even when there is a conflict, instead of allowing or letting the law enforcement agencies to work. Is one person. We see her on a drama. We see her dramatizing. Remember the way she took sides with the Krema land issue. Instead of letting the court do their work. Instead of, and you ask yourself, why has she not addressed the Dafifi land? And we know very well the Dafifi land in Naivasha is something that is very controversial. Very controversial. Why should she not say that this land, for example, belongs to the people who are there? And you see, Alice Wahome is presiding a ministry whereby we have IDPs who have been in camps since 2007. The post-election violence, we have quite a sizable number of people who actually are still in camps, IDP. Yet the government has not even compensated these people. And then you return this person to continue overseeing people in IDPs. And why have people not returned to their land, if you may ask, especially in the Rift Valley? Why should people lose their land in the Rift Valley? And we have a government, we have a CS who want to go back to the same ministry to continue doing the same thing, the same way, expecting different results. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we are failing. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look at William Samoei Ruto, he comes out as also a leader who did not have much interest of the nation at heart. You know, as a leader, you should empathize with the downtrodden. As a leader, you should come out and show the way, show the direction. I think it is upon the National Assembly, Vetting Committee, and Parliament in general to reject some of these, especially those already who are given chance, who are given opportunity, but failed to deliver. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Do you think we should return Kithure Kindiki? Do you think we should return Alice Wahome? When we know that the land ministry remains the hotbed of corruption, remains the epicenter of corruption in this country. Should we actually bring the CS for health, who has proved that he does not even understand the ministry? Let's wait and see. It's still early, and we shall continue giving our critical views about these nominees. Have a blessed evening. Till next time. Bye-bye.